Hi everyone, this is Jessica, the Enneagram Life Coach, and today I want to try to give a brief overview of some of these crazy stories that we all live in. I say crazy, actually, you're not crazy. Human constructs though, are very predictable. And so, what the Enneagram has done is it has broken down for us 9 valid ways of being human, and then it shows us from each of those 9 human standpoints what the world seems like to the people in each of them. So, in other words, another way to say it is there are 9 approaches we could take to life, and they're not wrong, but they are different from one another. And they feel very real. Okay, we all have one. We were all born with one. You only have one main Enneagram number. Now, you certainly can pull from many numbers, so you'll recognize some of them, but one of them will be your home base, and we call that your Enneagram type. That never changes. The degree to which you can discover yours is analogous to the degree of which you know yourself, which is sort of a sobering thought. When people have a hard time discovering their number, it's something like they could be very young. When you're really young, it's harder to know your number, but it could also be if you're not really young, you just haven't been paying attention. That's another way to say it. And I'm not trying to be mean, and look, life throws us all kinds of curves and hooks, and some of us are just trying to survive, okay? So it's not like there's no shame in not knowing your number. But if you are not sure of what your type is, another way to say that is you have a lot to learn about yourself. Because until you know who you are, you won't really know what will fulfill you and how you can sort of moderate the things that aggravate you or make you sad or make you scared. So another way to say this is we're each born into a story, and these are self-constructs. So these are stories that ever since you were a little baby, you've believed to be true. And I use the term story because I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you're the hero, you're the central character. And in this story, there's a plot that just keeps playing over and over and over. And I'm going to briefly go through the 9 plots and see if you can find which one is yours. Okay, so for type 1, the plot is something like it's a daily endeavor to find things that are wrong and to correct them, or to notice what could be better, or to improve on something. Ones, we could call them perfect reformers, and that's because, and it's not like they're trying to change the world. It just seems to them that this is obvious. This is their work to do. So nobody asks for the story that you're in. You don't ask to be your Enneagram type. It just sort of happens. So for ones, everything is about what is wrong, what needs correcting, what could be better, usually starting with themselves, but then, shooting out to all other portions of their life and their relationships. If you are type 2, the plot is very different. The plot has to do with who needs help and how you could be of service or help to them. Who can you support and serve? And in the 2 story, there's also an element of, well, 2s are very relational, okay? So their whole world revolves around relationships. And as such, they are specifically trying to serve and meet the needs of people who are important to them. So that could be their closest relationships, but it could be their bosses, it could be their pastors, it could just be, it's people who they see as, that they want to build a relationship with. Okay, that's who they help and reach out to. Okay, now if you're a type 3, you have a very different story that you're living into, and your default plot has to do with winning. 3s are about winning. They're about being successful. They're about being the best that they can be, and in that, they are very good at noticing what the winner or successful person will look like in any given situation. So they can quickly adjust to that. They're sometimes known as chameleons because they really do have a gift for knowing what will win the what will win approval in any circumstance, and then becoming that. If you're a type 4, well, the plot is very different. Actually, it's a tragedy. if you're a 4, the world seems really tragic. And again, these are all valid points, okay? Nobody is wrong in how they're understanding the world. It's just different. So to types 4, the world seems quite tragic, but even more specifically, their life seems quite tragic. And that's because there's a constant comparison going on of their life and what's missing from it compared to other people. And so it can be a really dreary situation for 4s because it seems to them like something is missing, and every day that plot replays over and over. Something is missing, other people are doing it better, somehow the 4 didn't get the memo, compared to such and such, they're not this and they're not that. And that's hard. That's hard for a 4. The plot, if you're a type 5, has not a lot to do with relationships, because 5s are, I call them curious investigators, but 5s are not, 5s live in their own world. They're more of they are a head type, and it seems to them that they are looking for autonomy, and they want to be self-sufficient, and they want to minimize their needs because people feel intrusive to type 5. It feels to them like everybody needs all these things from them, and it's like sucking them dry. And so it seems better to them if they could just autonomously gather enough information that they wouldn't need outside help. They could just do it all themselves. They could like go live in the woods somewhere off alone and work on their projects and not get entangled in the affairs or drama of human relationships. So that's the story of point 5. It's where am I being intruded upon? What do I need to minimize so that I can live more autonomously? If you're a type 6, it's a very scary world, and this is a very scary story. And for 6s, everything seems like a threat and a danger, not just to themselves, but to those they love, or to their jobs, or to the world they live in. So if you're a 6, you're very suspicious for who is out to get you, who can't be trusted, whose stories don't line up, what ideologies are harmful, where people are taking advantage. And, you look for what you find. We all know this. Seek and you will find. So if you're looking for trouble and danger around every corner, that's probably what you're going to find. So that's how our 6s see the world. Now, type 7, they are, I call them innovative epicures. And if you're a type 7, your story plot every day goes back to what's fun, what's exciting, what's upbeat, what's creative, how can I distract from all the pain of the world? Something like that. I don't want to feel pain. Why would we feel pain? There's enough pain in the world. I can make my own joy, so I'll just do that. Thank you very much. That's kind of the story of the 7. Just avoiding all the pain and finding all the good things, because there's always something good to find. That's how it feels to 7s. To type 8s, it's a power struggle. The story is about a power struggle. Every day, type 8s are noticing who has the power, who is in control, and whether or not they're wielding it with fairness or if they're being a tyrant. 8s are very concerned about people not only taking advantage of them and stabbing them in the back, but they're also going to get revenge on you if you double cross them. So it's very much a power, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and they're going to be at the top, and they are looking out for who's in control and who's misusing that control. And then we finally get to our sweet 9s, and our 9s are living in a world where the story constantly tells them that to create harmony and peace, they should merge their lives with other people. They should be most concerned with those around them, the lives of those around them, so that they can sort of support and bring peace and harmony, comfort police. Sometimes 9s are bringing comfort to other people. And so they're constantly just trying to bring peace by paying attention to what other people need and how they can provide it. And again, that's for harmony. So those are the 9 stories. And my question is, which one made the most sense to you? Thanks for watching. Jessica McAtee here.